Hello shooters, today's installment of TI Goes to School is how to negotiate or how to move through a parking lot. Whether it's a mall or the grocery store, like the Walmart or Home Depot or whatever. This is a way to negotiate, to maneuver your way through the parking lot, into the store, and then from the store back out to your car in the safest way possible. And to help your situational awareness, this is really going to be good for your wives to watch, because I got some points in here to where they don't lose their car. Maybe, maybe your wives don't lose their car. Mine has lost her car before, and she thinks the panic button on her remote is just to find her car. Got a way to avoid that. Now, since she started doing this, she doesn't lose her car anymore. But there's some ways to help all of us, us and our loved ones, be more situationally aware when they're, those are danger areas, particularly at night. Those Walmart, Home Depot, those big parking lots where they're dark. So let's talk about how the best way to negotiate those danger areas. Okay, shooters, before we talk about parking lots, let's talk about nature. In nature, you have bushes, you have rocks, you have different types of concealment. Animals don't really need cover. Cover is something that'll stop bullets, but animals aren't really concerned about that. So you have a lot of things that offer concealment, and the things that use concealment is the predators. In this case, a lion. And he can hide in the bushes here. He can hide behind the rocks, kinda. And his goal is to get as close as possible to his prey. In this case, it's a smaller zebra. And if the zebra has got his head down in the grass and isn't raising his head when he eats, in other words, if he's not situationally aware, if he's not looking out for the lion, then that's when the lion will break from the cover and come over and kill the prey. Okay. Now in the animal kingdom, there's no such thing as good or bad. This lion is doing, obviously he's doing what instinct tells him to do. They can't go to Walmart and buy food, so what they do is they kill other animals to live and eat. This animal, he tries to stay away from getting killed, but it's not always successful because he's not situationally aware, or he's sick and he's injured and he can't get away. So now but notice that the prey animal, the lion, he uses cover or concealment. He uses the bushes, he uses the rocks, and he'll go and get the animal when the animal doesn't notice that he's coming, when the animal is unaware, when the animal is just eating or standing there. If he gets too close to these areas of concealment where a lion could be hiding and he's not paying attention, he'll get eaten. So let's get a parking lot here. Here's our parking lot. We have a door here, we have a door here. This is part of the brick structure of the building. These represent big pickups. I live in the West, and so there's a lot of pickups around. These are like just regular vehicles. When I go to a store or a mall or whatever, the first thing that I'll do is I'll take a drive by one or both doors. If it's a store I frequent a lot, I'll take a drive by one door. If it's one I've never been to, I'll take a drive by two doors for a couple of reasons. For one, when I'm driving up to the door, if I see people coming out slowly, with carts of food or whatever, and they're walking normal speed, no big deal. If I would see them pouring out and screaming, then I know something's going on in there. If it's a place I haven't been to, when I'm between the two doors here, I want to find a row that is exactly between the two doors. And that is where I'll park. And I'll park there because then no matter what exit I come out of, I'm equidistant to the doors. That way I always know when I come out, I just go to the middle row. This isn't a good representation because there is no middle row, but it maybe is that way. So I'll park somewhere on this middle road. If a row isn't in the middle, a road will be in the middle. And so then I'll park either here or here. And I know all I got to do is come to the middle road and I can find my car. If your wife follows this idea here, she'll never lose her car in the parking lot. Okay, so we park. I typically don't like to park next to a big truck. Like if this space was open, I wouldn't want to park here, because I don't want to park there, because then this is a bigger piece of brush or blind spot for a bad guy to be hiding behind when I come to my car. So I'll park either alone or with cars that are somewhat like mine. Now, yeah, when I come out, maybe this guy will have left and there's a big truck here instead. That's just the way it is. And we'll plan accordingly, and we'll talk about how we do that. But when I'm parking, I try not to park next to a big panel van or a big truck or something that I can't see over the top of very easily. So we park, we get out of our car, and we're going towards the grocery store, and I walk down the middle of the road. I don't walk close to here, because distance is time. If I'm here and a bad guy comes out from here, I have no time to deal with it, because he's right on me. So I'll walk down the middle here, and if it's short cars like this, I will kind of favor the short car side, because I can see what's going on better. When I'm walking, my head is on a swivel. My eyes and my head are scanning. I'm not, jerking my head around like some idiot, but I'm keeping my head on a swivel, and I am walking by the cars there, and then I'll head towards the door. I'm still walking in the road, and if somebody honks at me, that's okay. What I don't want to do is come up and cut this corner really close, because it doesn't give me any situational awareness of what's going on in the store. So I'll come out here, and once I get out here, then I'll turn and go in when I have some distance to play with there. Then I'll go in and I'll do my shopping or whatever. Okay, now it's time to come out of the store. And I will do somewhat the same thing. I will come straight out. I'll come straight out, and I won't cut this corner short, because what if there's a bad guy standing right here? I'll come out a ways and then walk. And there's a corner here. I got to be mindful of that corner. So I look at that corner when I can, and I'm scanning. My head's going like this, and my eyes are doing that. And then I'll come down my row. And when I'm a good distance away from the car, like right around here, is when I'll actually pull my keys out and unlock my car. I don't want to wait till I'm all the way to my car and then start fumbling for my keys, because then my attention is diverted from somewhere else and it takes me longer to get in the car. So I will unlock the door right about here. My head's scanning on a swivel, and I'm walking down here. I don't want to be close to these big trucks or panel vans or whatever. I'm walking down the center, and then when I come up, I'm looking in the back of my car or my truck or whatever it is I'm driving, and that's when I'll get in the car and then drive away. So that's how you negotiate a parking lot in a manner that keeps your situational awareness up, and will really, really, really cut down on you getting jumped in a dark parking lot. Now I will film myself in a dark parking lot going in and out of the store. This is a store that I frequent quite a bit, so I'm not going to go by both doors, but I do drive by one door just to get a flavor of the place, to see what's going on inside from the outside while I'm just driving by. So when I come up here, I immediately focus on the door there to see if anybody's running out screaming. But I can tell right away that people are calmly coming out, just like they always do. So there's going to be no issue inside the store. So now my situational awareness needs to be focused on outside the store. I do take a quick peek inside. Now I'm going to go to the center row and park in the center row, so that no matter what door I get out of the store, I can
know exactly where my car's at, and it's equidistant between the doors. I try to park alone. Obviously, that is not possible at all times. If it's not possible, I try and park close to two short cars, but that's not always possible. So you just do the best you can. You adapt, improvise, and overcome. So here I am starting to walk through the parking lot. I'm going to kind of veer over to the cars a little bit too far, a little bit too close, and you'll see that if someone was right behind that vehicle there, they could reach out and snag me. So that's why when I come back out, I'll show you that I want you to walk down the center. I do kind of a look around there. My head, now see, both of those vehicles, there could have been people hiding behind. My head is on a swivel much more than the camera is. I'm holding the camera in my hand down at my side. But my head is, and my eyes are scanning more than what the camera is. When I get out here, I'm also looking around. I'll point the camera back there just to make sure nobody's coming. People as well as vehicles, Now I am, notice how I'll take a walk out into the road before I go into the store. I want to get a good peek inside the store before I round that corner. Then I go in. Here I'm coming out of the store. Now what I'm looking for here is any vans or anything that are parked right outside the store. There's a van. Look at that. And it's got kind of blacked out windows. And I just kind of slow up here to get his attention, and he moves on, so we're good to go. I already looked over in the corner. Now I'm pointing the camera over there because that's a place a bad guy can hide. This guy standing up here, he's talking to his wife. They're talking about going into the store. He's asking her, are you coming yet? I'm growing a beard, blah, blah, blah. So in other words, he's no threat as he was standing there. There's this pickup. I'll just kind of slow up and wait for him to get out of the way. And then I will walk down the middle of the road to get to my vehicle. Now the whole time I'm walking, my eyes and my head are scanning, searching out for people that may be following me. I do look around behind me a few times, but I don't turn the camera. The camera is pretty much staying straight in my hands.
So maintain your situational awareness. Keep your head on a swivel. Be ready, be ready, be ready. We know bad guys are out there. We have no control over when the bad guys come into our lives and try to enforce their will upon us. What we do have control over is what our actions will be once the bad guy shows up. Be situational aware so that you'll be ready. Show this to your wives and your daughters and your sons to help them be situationally aware when they're walking through those danger areas of parking lots at night. And I thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you liking and sharing and subscribing. And I like the comments that you post below and the questions. I enjoy the interaction that we have down there. And until next time, have a good day.